If you don't mind me asking, I wanted to kind of ask you this question. I'm a professional athlete, and we have this kind of, I think, the culture where a lot of people talk when you are an athlete, you have to go through pain, and no pain, no gain is one of the things that is a biggest slogan. And throughout my career and throughout my childhood, I had a pretty not easy way to get to my professional career, but it was always about kind of fighting the adversity and proving people wrong, and that was the core of my motivation to make it to the top of my sport. And then it faded very quickly after I've got there, and I realized that type of motivation that came from other people was never sustainable for me. And I'm finding a new way of a new way of motivation in my career. And I realized more and more with practice that I do that it's all about inner confidence and in what you can do and how you can motivate yourself, and it doesn't depend on anybody else. So that's an interesting way of completely different approach in sport. And I see a lot of young people that I love to mentor, and when I think about myself as a younger kid, I wish I had somebody who maybe could have explained to me a little bit better. So that's kind of
When you were 15, I was still around, huh? When you were 15, I was still around.
It was, but there was no YouTube. That there was no YouTube. There was harder to
Yes.
get the information that's so easily accessible now, and that's what I feel like with younger generations, that some of who are responding really well to me, how I can also explain that to them a little bit more, because it's a very interesting dynamic that doesn't, I think, ever talked a lot about sport. And I was wondering if you could give me some thoughts.
See, Victoria, it's like this. Do you enjoy hitting the ball?
Yes.
You love hitting the ball, isn't it? So, that's all it takes. See, the problem is, most sports people are going like this. It is not necessary, because your sport, art, these areas, arenas of life are such that you're doing something that you love to do, at the same time, everything else is happening out of that. So, when you're doing something that you love to do, you just have to love little stronger, that's all. You should not love victory, you should not love the trophy, you should not love the money, you should just love hitting the ball. If that is very strong in you, you will hit the ball really well. If you hit the ball really well, somebody else will keep the score. I'm saying
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, people are always wanting to win the game. See, in yoga there is a saying, if you have one eye on the goal, you got only one eye to find your way, which is very inefficient. You need both the eyes to take the next step. So, every shot that you play is more important than you winning. Winning will happen because you got the right shots, not because you want to win. Everybody wants to win. Everybody has a desire to win. Desire is not going to get us there. What is going to get us there is just that we are doing what we are doing really well. Like here, you must come, someday you will definitely come to the yoga center and see how everything is being done. We have business programs where top CEOs come. They're all looking at the place and say, Sadhguru, how does it run like this? Everything is happening like clockwork, but nobody is managing anything, everything is happening well. How is this? So I told them, see, you are all devoted to the goal, you want to achieve something. We are just devoted to the process. Because if you do the process well, the goal will come. Not because you desire the goal, it is going to happen to you. Every fool wants to win, all right? But will they win?
No.
It's not going to happen out of your desire. So, being devoted to the process, hitting the ball is the process, and that's all that matters, how you hit it. Whether it's in or out, somebody is going to look at it. What is the point? Somebody is going to look at it. Who is the winner? Somebody is going to look at it. You don't have to look at all those things. You don't have to be motivated like this. Just with great joy, hit the ball, and your body and your mind functions at its best when you're joyful. I would like to see athletes laughing. I know I keep always using this with the athletes because they're so serious and they're like, they're looking like death. What is the point? You're doing something that you love to do, and what is the point of this? So I always give this example of the only one athlete that I know who's always grinning is Ronaldinho. The footballer, such a big grin on his face, no matter what sort of match, winning or losing. Because you're doing something that you love to do and you will do it best, only if you are in that kind of state. Otherwise, what your competency is, somewhere a few percentage points below that you will be. That's not how it should be. What your physical competency is, you must go a few percentage points over that, not below that. And those things happen to every athlete, I'm sure you have experienced it. The moments when you are totally there, playing it with great passion for the game itself, those moments you exceed your limits. Other moments when you're tense about wanting to win, you come below your own competence. In our lives, if we do not do what we cannot do, there's no problem. But if we do not do what we can do, that's a disastrous life. That should not happen to us.